The idea of a criminal insurgency isn't they're trying to take over the state and have a visible presence. They are changing the nature of the state.
We cannot understand the phenomenon of terrorism outside its very particular social, political, cultural, economic context.
We're living very complicated times, right? Different parts of the world experience different problems when we talk about terrorism, transnational crime of different kinds.
John Sullivan, I was a career police officer. I retired as a lieutenant with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. I'm an instructor at the University of Southern California, a senior fellow at Small Wars Journal. I've known Robert Bunker, who's the co-founder of El Centro with me. We've known each other since roughly 1995. We got interested when we started to talk. We said, hey, we'd like to develop a specialty virtual think tank to look at organized crime, criminal gangs in Latin America, and how they may impact the United States. So we just started bringing together people, very interesting scholars. We have Mexican scholars, we have Brazilian scholars, and it just organically grew.
I started my relationship with El Centro before I became affiliated with El Centro itself. My name is Guadalupe Correa-Cabrera, and I am a professor and the co-director of the Corruption Networks and Transnational Crime Research Center, the Schar School of Policy and Government of George Mason University. Robert Bunker and John Sullivan were pioneers in the studies of criminal organizations in the Western Hemisphere and other parts of the world. They inspired my own work. I did research for 8 years along the US-Mexico border and the routes that were dominated by this organization.
What is it that draws people into this pathway of violence? My name is Professor Rashmi Singh. I am a professor of international relations at the Pontifical Catholic University of Minas Gerais in Brazil. The greatest concern is technology. The ways terrorism has evolved, the kind of modus operandi, the kind of target selection, propaganda, recruitment strategies, all of these have always been very heavily linked to technological advances. So this technological democratization that has happened over the last couple of decades is something that is very, very problematic.
Some would call these wicked problems, and they can be. I would argue that they're not, because they have been solved in the past. They can be solved in the future. We just have to work at it.
The work of El Centro, this has becoming more and more important because defense and security matters are always part of humanity, and the study of these phenomena in order not to repeat it, in order to kind of like alleviate it and explain the causes of conflict.
There are a lot of important people that have helped develop this a long time. Mentors throughout my career in the military, in the police service, in the judiciary, academics. But what's really the cool part about bringing El Centro and Small Wars Journal and El Centro together to Arizona State University is by embedding this, what was once an informal think tank endeavor inside a university, gives us the opportunity to interact with students.
It's a very open environment for scholars of security and defense, every side of the political spectrum that have a space in El Centro of Small Wars Journal.
None of us can do this by ourselves. It's a team endeavor, and by bringing the students into this, we bring it to life.